Whoa, Alfred Talafero, Mr. Talafero TV, take my headphones out. We are talking, by the way, this is the second part to my daily podcast today. I told you I'm going to do 4 of these a week. This is one of the 4. So I did one with the Nikki and Remy situation earlier. I did one the other day as well. This one, look, the Nikki and Remy stuff took so much of my time. I had to come back just to do something on sports. We're going to talk the 2 best basketball teams, the 2 consensus teams out east and out west. How y'all want to go? Y'all want me to talk LeBron James first, or y'all want me to talk Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors first? Let's talk LeBron James first, all right? Talking LeBron James and the Cavs, I believe they've lost 3 out of 4 games or something like that. They're struggling, right? They're struggling. And I think it's ironic that with them struggling, LeBron James in his 14th NBA season is still carrying this team. His plus minus, ladies and gentlemen, 6.90. That lands him 3rd in the NBA. His win shares, 13.45. I think that's 2nd in the NBA as well. It is 2nd in the NBA, win shares. All right? What does that mean? I don't think people understand what I'm talking about when I bring LeBron James' name up. I love Kyrie, and I was somebody who was hating on Kyrie 2 years ago. I've learned to respect and appreciate Kyrie's game. But when Kyrie is in the game with that second unit, they're just not good. And LeBron James is getting his break. LeBron comes out of the game usually at the end of the first quarter, around the 3-minute marker in the first quarter. And then Kyrie finishes the quarter off. When Kyrie's in the game with the Richard Jeffersons of the world, the Channing Frys of the world, the Darren Williamses of the world, when Kyrie's playing off ball, this Cavs team is not good. Y'all can say what y'all want. LeBron James is still the most valuable player in the NBA. Period. Maybe between him and Russell Westbrook, these 2 guys are still the most important piece on their team. I think the Spurs are like 4-1 when Kawhi Leonard misses games. Right? The Rockets can still win games without James Harden. They're not as good, obviously. They still can win games. When LeBron James is not in the game, and this sounds crazy, right? Because you look at all these names, you look at Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love when healthy. He'll be back soon, by the way. You look at J.R. Smith. You look at all these names, these Darren Williams, these big, heavy names, Tristan Thompson. You think, wow, even if LeBron doesn't play, they should be able to be the bottom feeder in the Eastern Conference, right? It's not the case, guys. Their record without LeBron is terrible, even when Kyrie and Kevin do play. It's the reality of the situation. LeBron still is the reason why, by far, the Cavs are in the position that they're in. By far. I could make a case that if LeBron didn't play on this team, and let's just say Richard Jefferson was the starting 3 guard. Was the starting 3. I could make a case that this team would be fighting for a 6th or 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. He's that valuable. It's the truth, guys. It's ridiculous, but it's the truth. LeBron James is still the sole reason, for the most, pretty much. He might not be the big shot maker down in the stretch. That's Kyrie's job. But LeBron James, for the first 47 minutes of a basketball game, is still in his 14th NBA season. And he's been better over more years than what Michael Jordan was and what Kobe was as well. For more seasons, LeBron has been elite. Do your research. Do your Googles. And you look at this Cavs team and you think, is Talafero crazy? No, go look at the stats. Go look at the numbers. They suck when LeBron is not on the court or is not playing. But here's the caveat. The thing is, I can't give LeBron any slack. Can't show him any sympathy. Because 2 of the biggest reasons why the Cavs are in the position that they're in is because of LeBron James wanted players. 2 of his closest friends in the NBA, Not the closest. His closest friends are Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul and Melo. But two of his closest friends, two of his closest teammates that he's ever played with, J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson. Both of these guys are players that J.R. Smith wanted. I'm sorry, LeBron James wanted, excuse me. Both of these guys are managed by LeBron James's management team. Shout out Rich Paul, Maverick Carter. And they're the reason why LeBron James is the reason why these guys got paid. Period. So as much as I want to give LeBron sympathy, because despite all these heavy names, they don't produce nearly as much as they should. LeBron James is still carrying too much weight on that team. But I can't really just give LeBron James an out, because if you look at this team, Tristan Thompson would never. I don't think any team would have gave him max money, even in this market. Somebody would have paid him, don't get me wrong. But you paid a guy to rebound and defend, and he's not a great defender. Not a great defender, guys. He rebounds at an exceptional rate. He's a really good rebounder. Great. Matter of fact, I'll say it. He's a great rebounder. Can't put the ball in the basket on his own. He can't make his own. He can't go get his own shot. Period. So he rebounds and hustles. $80 million hustler and rebounder. That's LeBron's fault. You remember 2 seasons ago when the Cavaliers were in contract disputes, Dan Gilbert and Tristan Thompson? LeBron was the one who put his foot out on the line and said, I'm tired of this. Let's get this deal done with Tristan Thompson. The Cavs, they want to appease LeBron. He was on a 1-year contract at the time. Remember, he just signed the longer 3-year extension last summer. So 2 years ago, he was on a 1-year deal. And the Cavs feel like they had to appease. They went over the luxury tax, signed Tristan Thompson, the 4th max guy on their team. That's unheard of. Steph Curry doesn't even make max money on the Golden State Warriors. They got 3 other max guys. They're going to have to pay Steph. But right now, I will take Steph, Clay, Kevin Durant, and Draymond Green over Kyrie, Kevin Love, LeBron James, and Tristan Thompson. That was LeBron who got him paid. Last summer, fast forward here, LeBron signs an extension, 3 years. But you still can't make LeBron James upset. You can't anger your franchise guy. LeBron has brought over $1 billion to the Cleveland economy, and I'm being generous, since he's been back. You can't make him mad. Dan Gilbert will be hated for the rest of his life. LeBron wants J.R. Smith. He said, let's get this deal done, similar to what he said when Tristan Thompson was in contract negotiations last summer. What do you know? J.R. Smith gets, what, $14, $15 million a year. If you really go do the research, J.R. Smith had no offers from any other team. And it's either one of 2 reasons. Either A, no team thought that Cleveland would really let him go, or B, no team was willing to pay J.R. Smith the money that his management and his agent were requesting. So no team even made an offer outside of the Cavs. J.R. Smith, where has he been? He's missed pretty much this entire season, dealing with a thumb injury, and I know he's dealing with, his child, and God bless the child. I know the child is, he has an infant child, and she's very underweight, and God bless his child, and everything going on with him and his wife. God bless that situation. But we talking on the court right now, and J.R. Smith on the court has not been there this season at all. They've had to suffice. They got my man Jordan McRae released. Tried using Liggins. He didn't work out. Kyle Korver seems to be the guy right now, and if not him, they're just moving around. Shumpert's been the guy the last few games. Here's the thing. LeBron got both of these guys money. So, yes, you might look at this team and be like, oh, my gosh, Kyle Korver, he doesn't play defense. Oh, my gosh, Kyrie Irving, his defense is suspect at the time, but he's an incredible player. He's an incredible player. Tristan Thompson, suspect offense game. Matter of fact, not even suspect, it's not there. Kevin Love been out for most of this season. Richard Jefferson, he can't compete every night. And another guy that LeBron James wanted, and it's the reason why he's still around the league, James Jones. He can't play like that. He can't play night to night. Just not who he is. Older guy, he's a specialist, a three-point specialist. He's a situational type player. Darren Williams can't play a lick of defense, man. Period. He can get the ball to Kyrie or LeBron as a distributor, as a point guard, and it's what they wanted. But from a defensive standpoint, it just ain't there with Darren Williams. And his offense is suspect a little bit too. We can go down this Bogut, injured for the season. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on in Cleveland. But the big gist of it is the fact that LeBron wanted these guys who are not, J.R. Smith, not the player that he was. And I like J.R. Smith. Has not sustained the health. Maybe these guys have had a championship hangover from the standpoint of feeling themselves a little bit too much. And he has guys that just don't give you enough. A lot of guys whose name is bigger, Tristan Thompson, Khloe Kardashian, we get it. Champion, we get it. But a lot of these guys' names are bigger than the actual production that they put out. When we come back, I'm going to be talking Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. And are the Golden State Warriors better without Kevin Durant? Should they have never made the move? We'll be back. Right after Telefero, Mr. Telefero TV. I've been seeing a lot of sports outlets today talk about Kevin Durant in ways I don't think Kevin Durant deserves to be talked about, and the Golden State Warriors. All right. So Kevin Durant has been down the last couple weeks, and the Warriors have been struggling. Really don't know their record in the last 10, but it ain't been good, guys. This team is going backwards. Steph Curry looks like a shell of the player that he was. He can't find his shot. Steph has been struggling. Sheesh. I mean, Steph has been struggling. They've lost 3 out of the last 6 games. They're close. The Spurs are closing in on the Warriors. And a lot of people are like, Steph and Klay can't find their rhythm. Kevin Durant ruined that. It's not going to come back. That's what a lot of people believe. And a lot of people are saying this Golden State Warriors team is in trouble now and not only not win a championship, but not make it to the finals. Here's my input on that. Chill, guys. When Kevin Durant comes back, they'll be fine. That's if Kevin Durant comes back, actually. Let me say that. If he doesn't come back, this is an entirely different conversation. You might have some reason to believe that. But let me tell you what this has done to the Golden State Warriors, Kevin Durant not being there. Okay, here's the thing. Kawhi Leonard has been announced out for tomorrow's Saturday night game against the Warriors. So the Warriors should beat the Spurs. If the Warriors lose to the Spurs on Saturday night, they're 2 games back right now, the Spurs are, of the Warriors. 2 things if the Warriors lose to the Spurs. A, it's a bad sign if y'all are losing to a team without their best player and y'all still got 3 really good players. And B, y'all will only be 1 game ahead of the Spurs. I think if the Spurs find a way to pull out this game, the Spurs are going to win the West. Why is that so important, Telefero? It's very important. It's almost crucial. Look at the Western Conference. Right now, the Memphis Grizzlies and the Oklahoma City Thunder are battling for 6 and 7. Here's the thing. Oklahoma has been struggling. I expect them to go back to 7. The Grizzlies, I expect to move back up to 6. Look at this. If you're the 2 seed in the Western Conference, the 2 seed, in the first round, you get Russell Westbrook and the OKC Thunder, possibly. In the second round, you get the winner of the Houston Rockets and Memphis Grizzlies series. That's not fun either. And if you get past both of those in the Western Conference Finals, if you're San Antonio, you would get Golden State. And if you're Golden State, you would get San Antonio if the teams took care of business. So you would manage to play against possibly Russell Westbrook in the first round, James Harden in the second round, and Kawhi Leonard in the third round, and the Spurs would have home court if you're the Golden State Warriors. And I'm not gonna give the Spurs no slack either. The Spurs need home court too. You know what I'm saying? In years past, Pop has cared less about the home court, more about getting his team's rest. No, not this year. If you're number 2, you got to play Russell Westbrook. Listen, I don't think the Thunder can beat the Spurs or the Warriors in a 7-game series. But can Westbrook win 1 or 2 games by himself in a series? Yes, the hell he can. Yes, the hell he can. And who wants to leave a first-round series going 6 games and you're the 1 or 2 seed? Nobody wants to do that at that spot. All right? Second round, can James Harden get hot? And this with Ryan Anderson and Eric Gordon and company, can they beat you? I think that's possible. Or can they take you 7 games? Yes, they can. Golden State. If you get out of a series where you played the Thunder 6 games, now you played the Rockets 7 games, and you go into a series against San Antonio without home court, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. And for the sake of conversation, let's say you get past Russell Westbrook and the Thunder, you get past James Harden and the Houston Rockets, you get past Kawhi Leonard and the San Antonio Spurs, you get the other MVP candidate. You get LeBron James in the finals, most likely. If you think that the Golden State Warriors are good enough, and this is with Kevin Durant, if you think they're good enough to beat Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron James, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. 3 of those matchups, we'll say 2 of those matchups are probably going to end up in Kevin Durant's hand, and the other 2 are going to end up on Klay Thompson. He's going to have to guard Russell Westbrook and James Harden, and Kevin Durant's going to have to guard Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. So Klay will have to take the first 2, and KD will have to take the last 2. That'll be a real test. I know the Cavs ring last year was impressive, beating a 73-9 Golden State team from 3-1. But if the Warriors can pull that off, if they have to pull off that feat, that's pretty impressive. Pretty damn impressive if they pull that off. But it's not likely. So yes, I think the Warriors are fine if they can get KD back. I still think they're fine. I think they're good to go. If they can get them back a week or 2 before the regular season ends, it's unlikely. But if they could, that would be great. They need to win this number 1 seed. So I won't panic on the Warriors until they lose the number 1 seed. Whoever finishes number 2, and if the Thunder finish at 7, because the Rockets are locked in the 3rd. Utah is 3 games back. They just beat the Rockets the other night. I don't think the Jazz are going to catch the Houston Rockets. So it looks like you're going to be playing Houston in the 2nd round for a fact at that 2 seed. That's a fact. Or Memphis. Don't sleep on Memphis. I'm from Memphis. The Grizzlies, if they're healthy, can beat anybody. The last couple of years, Mike Conley's been out. Zebo, you know what I'm saying? They're healthy. They'll be healthy going into the postseason. Don't sleep on that. That's not an easy series either. But right now, I'd rather play the Grizzlies than I would that Houston Rockets team. The Grizzlies are starting to wear down towards the end of the season. I don't want no parts of that Houston Rockets team in the playoffs. Not as hot as James Harden can get. Eric Gordon, they shoot too many damn threes. They on pace to break the NBA record for 3-pointers. I'm cool on them. So, yes, the Warriors, they'll be fine as long as they keep that number 1 seed. Whoever gets number 2 in the West, they're in trouble. All right, I finished up today. This is the NBA portion of my daily podcast. I gave you the note already with Chance the Rapper earlier. Thank y'all so much for the love and the support that y'all been showing me. We're going to try to do this 4 out of 7 days a week. People say they like the longer, more extensive, when I break things down, a little bit better podcast. So I'm going to keep delivering it to you guys. Whatever y'all want, I'm going to time stamp this bad boy as well. Thank y'all for the love y'all been showing the kid. Alfred Telefero, Mr. Telefero TV. If you're rocking with me, make sure you subscribe to my channel. My website coming any day now. Yeah, it's still coming. I've been working my ass off. Thank y'all for the time, love, support, salute. I'm out. If you're looking to book me for an interview video or by phone, if you're looking to have your music or your skill featured on my daily podcast, if you're looking to book me for a speaking engagement to help motivate some kids, if you're looking to have me rock some of your clothing to help promote your brand, make sure you hit me up at booking@mrtelefero.com. Again, that's booking@mrtelefero.com.